What's going on, guys, and welcome back. We've got a brand new surprise balance patch that hit the scene. We're a few weeks away from season 3, but they wanted to make some immediate changes, and although there's not a ton of them, they're pretty impactful. One is going to drastically change a hero significantly, and then we've got a couple nerfs to some team-ups that some would consider a bit overpowered at the moment. So let's go to jump in. I'll explain all the changes, give you my first reaction, and give you guys the first look. All right, guys, so we kick things off with the big one, and probably the biggest one, and not probably, definitely, and that is Thor. And to those that don't play Thor, maybe this doesn't seem like a big deal, but this is going to massively, they call it a quality of life upgrade, and that's the wrong terminology. This is going to change the way that the God of Thunder plays. So, Awakening Rune, new mechanic. After casting Awakening Rune, you can now manually cancel the awakened state after a brief delay. That's one of his biggest problems. When I talk to a lot of pros, especially lately, one of the big things about him in like top tier play is that he's so predictable. You know exactly what's going to happen when he goes awakened. You know that he can't do anything else, and thus you're screwed at that point as Thor. And it really limits his overall dynamic of his kit. This now changes everything, because now you're able to chase and go for a dive, and then go into awaken, pop, 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 get the elimination, and then you can hammer, twirl, and get out of there. You're able to get into and out of now awakened state so quickly with the new, and I want to say improved Thor, but you know. But now this is definitely going to make a lot more sense. I'm wondering if they wanted to do like the first part to see how that kind of worked within the game, and they knew this could be something they do. Maybe they tested this and it seemed like a bit crazy. It makes sense now. I'm telling you, if you're a Thor main, you are going to be feasting, and if you're not, this is definitely a hero worth consider playing now. He's still going to lack certain things, and he's not going to be like top tier meta, but he's way better. Like, this isn't a 5% change or 10%. I think this is like a 5, 10, 20x boost to how Thor is played, and it really changes his complete play style. I think it's going to complement the way he plays too, and now like the lack of survivability makes up because he has mobility. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see. I've been playing a lot more of him, and he's a bully in low ranks already with the offensive output that he has with Awakening. But now he's going to have a mix of everything. So we should see a good uptick in Thor play in ladder. But maybe we start to see him trickle into the pro scene as, you know, obviously some of the more... Emma is banned in every game. We saw that in Ignite this week. So absolute W change. Pumped about this one. And funny enough, because I mentioned this in my tier list, I said this is something, either his ultimate or this awakened state is what I would like to see change. And they did it. They did it. So I think this is awesome. I said pour one out for Thor whenever they nerfed him. Now pour one out to celebrate with them. God of Thunder. I would say he's back. No, he's here. Now, speaking of Ignite, before I get to the other changes, wanted to announce tomorrow will be the launch of the brand new podcast, the Cozy Cast, and it'll be focused around Ignite right now. And it is packed full. Dude, I'm so just stoked for you guys to see this. Like player interviews, a lot of breakdowns, power rankings, you know, recaps if you didn't get to watch the matches, and like what are the pros playing and what are some meta stuff that we're seeing developed. This is going to be awesome, and this is just the beginning of it. So be sure to check out the new channel. I'll put it down in the link in the description. Also pop it down in the comments, and I'll post something tomorrow on it. But yes, it launches tomorrow, and it'll be every week. So go ahead and check that out. Can't wait for you guys to see it. Next up, guys, this Moon Knight and Khonshu must be smiling upon Mark as he got a survivability upgrade. His base health is going from 250 up to 275, and this doesn't seem like a major change to some, but this is definitely nice. I mean, first of all, he's getting a 10% boost up. But on top of that, this is going to help him escape some of the quick combos that can delete 250 health heroes. His overall survivability is one of the things that he struggles with, whether it's being doped by like a Psylocke or just him getting focused very quickly and fast by a Hela. So this is going to be nice in low ranks for sure. Massive boost. And even in high ranks, you know, we saw actually one of the top teams in the world, 100 Thieves, play Moon Knight at a comp level and do some crazy work. Shout out to Delina. But now looks like we could be getting more of that. Moon Knight, this is a good way to give him some more love without buffing his ult to the moon. No pun intended. I'm excited to see this, especially as a Moon Knight Lord. And if you play Groot, you got a buddy that plays it. Pair it up, man. Get that ult back in town. He's got more survivability. Next up, guys, is Star-Lord, who's going to get a nice little minor, but also a nice change to his overall damage. Star-Lord already doing very good just in the last couple of patches. And they're going to give him a buff in kind of that neutral mid-range fight. His element guns, his primary, they're going to adjust the maximum damage fall off at 25 meters, 60% up to 65%. So nice 5% boost, which as we've seen in characters, obviously Iron Man was a 5% flat damage boost, but 5% in a area where you take a lot of his fights is going to feel really good. This is on top of his ultimate being way better. And a character that we saw a good amount. He dropped more from play than I thought at top level play, but Star-Lord, a very good character no matter what elo you're in. And I think this is going to feel nice, especially for a hero that really shines in the neutral fight. This is going to give him that extra firepower and ultimately build the ult faster, right? So overall, I think this is a W change. Happy to see it. Oh my god, guys. So Jeff Nato is getting attention, and thank god. Obviously, whether you're low elo, high elo, Jeff Nato, the meme team up was not a meme. It was the dream, if you will. It was just team wiping. We saw it in top level play, and I've seen it down in bronze. There's nothing you can do about it. You know, Iron Man, maybe Psylocke, but it is so hard to deal with. And now they're changing it a couple of ways. So the first way they're going to adjust it a little bit is Storm, who's a very good hero at the moment, just solid all around. Her ultimate is going to get about an 8% increase, 3,100 up to 3,400 in terms of charge rate. So that's going to be nice for definitely just not having as many hurricanes. That's the ult you're waiting on compared to Jeff. And so you're going to have less of those in your matches overall by a little bit. But on top of that, we'll go ahead and just show this one. Jeff Nato, we're increasing the time it takes to swallow the competition because even Jeff needs to chew his food, folks. So they're going to be making the time that he swallows up everybody in that tornado from 1.2 to 1.5. 0.3 seconds doesn't seem like a lot, but in a hero shooter where every millisecond matters, it'll be nice. You'll be able to react a bit more with cooldowns to get out of it, and overall, it's going to feel a bit slower. Obviously, it's not the worst change at all. So between the longer ult charge and now Jeff not instantly just scooping everybody up, you might be able to deal with this a lot more in your matches. And I think this was needed. But also, we also had another team up that was needed, and that was Chilling Assault. Now, I think Jeff Nato got tamed down. Chilling Assault, they really took this thing down. So this was the Hawkeye Luna ult. I think it still shoots through walls, so you got that. But in all, guys, it's time to cool down Hawkeye's roll. They say they're going to be reducing the power on the end of his team up. So the ice arrow adjustments, first of all, it did 30 damage, 120 max at 30 meters. Now it's doing 2,500 max at 30 meters. Reduce the stun duration. So they're reducing the stun of the freeze, which funny enough, in Ignite, I think we only saw hit one time. We talked about this a lot on the pod. But also, they're going to be making it where the spell field damage, so the area of that freeze, is going from 3 meters down to 1. So they're just gutting the actual area, and it's way more of a skill shot, but also going to happen way less. So this is an incredibly busted team up, very strong, and this is something we're going to see a lot less of. It looks like a Hawkeye was the one that took all the... I thought Luna, I'm going to be honest, I thought maybe, just maybe, we would see a Luna change and maybe a slight dip in overall what she can pump out in terms of healing and damage. Well, not the case anymore. So... and funny enough, again, this is all talked about on my new podcast, but we saw so much Cloak and Dagger at top level play because Luna's ultimate is starting to kind of stack up and how long it takes to charge that. And Cloak and Dagger, it doesn't matter if you can counter it with Hawkeye and Magneto. The pros love it. I see why. It's just so consistent, and we saw way more of her than I thought we would have seen. But that takes us to the last change. Rocket Network. Rocket Raccoon, Penny Parker's team up. Most team-ups are like in that 30-second range. This was a 20-second one, and so they're going to increase the Spider Nest cooldown, the armored one, from 20 seconds to 30 seconds. So a little bit of a nerf there on how consistently you can get that out, which I think is probably for the better. Penny's doing pretty good right now all around. Rocket's played all the time, and so slight adjustment there. Again, outside of Luna, and maybe I thought they would be buffing. I risk saying this, but I thought maybe some dive heroes, right? Like Spider-Man, Panther, Magic, maybe something that direction. They didn't go that direction. Could be because Ignite's going on. Could be because we're like 3 weeks away from season 3 happening. So potentially we see a lot there. Other than that, though, that is it for the changes. So not a huge amount of changes overall, and definitely I think it's going to be enough to shift up the meta a bit as we go into the next couple of weeks. Talked to some pros. They all said the meta is still being figured out a ton, even where we are at currently. And so there's still a lot more adjustments and figuring out to be had. So I know this was a quick one. Sometimes I debate what I want to make a video on and what I don't. But either way, I thought this was important so you don't hop into the game 2 days from now. So it's happening in a couple days, really a day and a half, until these changes hit the live server. So look out for that. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't, guys. Again, go check out my brand new channel, Cozy Cast, down in the description below. And until the next one, guys, happy rivaling.